The global landscape of child rearing is undergoing a massive shift in 2026. For decades, the debate over physical punishment was often dismissed as a matter of parental choice or cultural tradition. However, a wave of definitive research from the World Health Organization (WHO) and Cornell University has effectively closed the case. Spanking is not only an ineffective disciplinary tool, but it also functions as a developmental toxin that can alter a child's life trajectory. With approximately 1.2 billion children worldwide facing physical punishment, the scientific community is now sounding the alarm on the long-term societal costs of this practice. The most alarming findings involve the measurable developmental delays in children who are regularly spanked. Data from 49 countries indicates that these children are 24% less likely to be on track with their cognitive and emotional milestones compared to their non-spanked peers. Scientists point to the stress response mechanism. When a child is hit by a primary caregiver, the person they are wired to trust, for safety, it creates a state of chronic toxic stress. This stress can impair the development of the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for executive function, impulse control, and emotional regulation. A common justification for spanking is that it works to stop bad behavior immediately. While this may be true in the short term, the 2026 Cornell study clarifies that this is not learning, it is fear-based compliance. When a child is punished physically, they do not internalize why a behavior was wrong. Instead, they learn to fear the source of the pain. Once the threat of punishment is removed, the child often lacks the internal moral compass or self-regulation skills to make the right choice independently. This often leads to a cycle of sneakiness, where children become better at hiding their behavior rather than improving it. The research also highlights a direct link between physical punishment and future aggression. By using force to solve a conflict, parents inadvertently model that might makes right. A systematic review found that in 94% of analyzed studies, physical punishment was significantly associated with increased behavioral problems and delayed cognitive development. This creates a generational cycle where children who were spanked grow into adults who are more likely to engage in violent or criminal conduct, perpetuating a social acceptance of violence that affects entire communities. One of the most groundbreaking parts of recent longitudinal studies was the investigation into whether warm parenting could offset the harm of spanking. The results were sobering. While supportive parenting is always beneficial, it cannot fully undo or neutralize the negative effects of physical discipline. Even in households with high levels of maternal warmth, children spanked at age 5 still showed significantly higher levels of aggression and rule-breaking by the time they reached the 5th grade. This proves that spanking is a standalone risk factor regardless of the overall family environment. As of 2026, nearly 70 countries have legally banned physical punishment in all settings, including the home. This shift reflects a move toward positive discipline, which focuses on long-term solutions rather than short-term pain. Strategies such as allowing natural consequences, utilizing timeouts to regulate emotions, and employing logical reasoning to build empathy are proving far more effective. The ultimate takeaway for 2026 is clear: warm, structured, and non-physical discipline is the only proven way to raise a child who is not only well-behaved but also mentally resilient and emotionally secure.